All right, welcome to Ethereum Cat Herders meeting 85. I have shared agenda in chat. The first item listed here is merge Ethereum network upgrades. Ben Edgington published What's New in ETH2 on May 28th. So that contains most of the updates on merge. Don't forget to check it out. As per the last CL meeting, consensus layer meeting that happened last Thursday, mainnet Shadow Fork 5 has been deployed like it's last Thursday. All clients survived the merge. They did good. There were equal split on EL and CL side. There are some sync tests with EL clients and CL clients. Get, Nethermind, and Beso, they participated. And on CL side, all the clients participated. Also, the foundation security team are running some analysis tool, and we hope to get some more updates on this. There is merge community call organized on June 3rd. I have added the agenda here. It is at the ACD meeting time, that is 1400 UTC. The video will be recorded and uploaded on the Ethereum Cat Herders YouTube. On a similar note about Robston, developers have decided to fork the Robston testnet and have the merge there for the first time on like public testnet. This is one of the biggest POW testnet that has been available for public usage. So in the last Allcore Dev meeting, TTD, terminal total difficulty, was announced for Robston testnet, which is a palindromic number and is expected to reach on June 8th. Though it looks like there was some miscalculation, but it looks like people are trying to recalculate it, and we hopefully will not delay the date that is decided for Robston. But we'll get to know more about it on the next Core Dev meeting, which is scheduled this Friday. Moving on Shanghai. So on Shanghai, temporarily discussions are holded for adding any new proposal. So we have the same number of proposals that we had last week. And we are expecting once we settle down with merge, we will be continuing discussion on development of Shanghai proposals. The specs and tracker are added in the agenda, so you can refer to the link in case you want to learn more about what proposals are going into Shanghai upgrade. Anyone has any question, comments so far? Well, that was just an update. Never mind. Moving on, the next one is a new initiative. And the first one is Git POAP badges. This is a piece of information and maybe a question which will be followed. I have been in discussion with Colfax, the lead developer of Git POAP. After it was introduced to me in one of the Cat Herders meeting, we were discussing about distributing POAP in L2E meetings, but he brought up the idea of Git POAP. So we reached out to the development team, and we are trying to reward the contributors of Ethereum Cat Herders with Git POAP. Though there are certain other repositories outside Cat Herders, but within Ethereum ecosystem that are being considered for retroactive reward of Git POAP badges. I've added the link in the agenda where people can follow which all repositories are being included. So I've been working with the team, and RV from the team shared the initial designs that can be used for Git POAP and the repositories that we have on Ethereum Cat Herders GitHub. We are working on iteration. I wanted to share this information as well as collect some feedback on what do people think of maybe the criteria that can be considered for distribution or maybe the frequency of claiming these perhaps. Are there any thoughts, suggestions on how to decide eligibility for distribution? I have received a message from William Schwab that he may be late. Maybe we can bring it up later today. And also Brent, he mentioned that he may not be able to join. So this is something that we can probably bring it up in the next meeting. If people have any thoughts for today, feel free to share. If not, then we will definitely bring up with more audience in the next meeting. Okay. Moving on, in the last meeting, we discussed about having a backup for GitHub, ECH GitHub. I was supposed to check what are the options available. So I had a chat with William and ZK Doof last week. Since William is not here, I'm not sure if he get a chance to talk to Team Radical. Maybe once he joins, we'll get more updates on that. And just for information for people listening to this call, we are also considering RV as an option, and ZK Doof may be able to help us on having the backup of data that we would like to have for Ethereum cat herders GitHub. Obviously, there will be some charges involved for backup storage. I'm yet to get an estimate like how much charges will be there, but I'm hoping that cat herders will cover all those expenses for uploading the data. And similarly for ECH YouTube backup, again, Arweave has came up as a solution to have this backup. I had a talk with Chris last week, and he suggested to reach out to people from Swarm, IPFS, and again Arweave, which I think we are already considering. So for having backup of ECH YouTube, I think we already have the meetings in podcast version provided by Permacast, but we do not have PP videos backup and for the stateless meetings and a few other playlists I have identified on cat herders YouTube that may need backup to store data or the information that is available there. I don't see ZK or William on the call. Not sure if anyone else has any suggestion on which all to consider and how to consider. Yeah, maybe I will try to have a conversation with them offline and will update the group in the upcoming meeting. Today is going to be a rather quick meeting as it looks like to me. Feel free to chime in wherever you think is any question or any suggestion. Moving on, the events and updates. We have ECRAC starting from June 10 to 12. Each Shanghai Hackathon has started. It is going to be till June 3rd. Details available on the link added to agenda. The other day, someone showed up on Cat Herders Discord looking for partnership to participate on hackathon. So if you're a developer and a student or someone who are interested in participating different hackathons, I think the hackathon channel on Cat Herders Discord can be a good place to find partner. And if you have any information about hackathons going on or any event going on that you would like to share with community, please feel free to drop link on the hackathon channel and we'll include it in the bi-weekly meeting to share with rest of the community members. Moving on ECH updates. The first one is ECH website. Unfortunately, I do not see Santosh or Slava on the call. I don't know if there was any progress. So we may be skipping this one for now. The next one is ECH engineering. We see Jose, and I understand there are some pull requests that have been merged in the past few days. Jose, if you would like to provide an update on that. I don't know, Jose, if you are talking I'm not sure we are listening.
So sorry, Puya, because I'm driving and I'm losing a bit, but I'm here. Hello?
All right, all right.
Hello?
No, that's all right.
I'm going back and forward because I'm in the road, but I will do all my efforts to to be there. I'm here.
All right, not a problem.
You need any feedback from me right away, or I wait for the.
Oh no, I was just mentioning that I saw some pull requests getting merged. Is there any further update that you would like to share? Or
Well,
that's
yes,
all right?
I delete the. I took the suggestion from Mika and the guys and the team and Panda and all of the team working on it, and I delete the previous fork and generate a new one cleaner. And now some pull requests has been already merged. We're about to merge, I would say, a few more today, maybe 2 or 3. After that, I have already coded, but I just want to wait that we merge this one, so I keep the system clean. I'm gonna be pushing maybe 2 or 3 by time, so we review it, we merge, and so on. So because I think that is a cleaner strategy, and I totally agree with the guys. I mean, this is a way is a lot easier for them to review it, and a lot easier for me to code it and test it. But we're moving forward. That's for sure.
All right, that's good. Thank you for sharing.
Thank you, Puya.
All right, moving ahead, the next one is learn to earn. Unfortunately, we could not have the weekly meeting yesterday, but that is planned today at 3 p.m. EST time. You can find that on the Discord event, and there are some updates on UI side, and we have shared the link in the channel on the CatHeaders Discord. So check it out if you want to follow the progress on Learn to Earn. Next one is Cat Blazer. Unfortunately, William mentioned that his meeting is
hello. Sorry.
Getting.
Would you mind giving a quick overview of what that what that program is? The learning one.
The Learn to Earn.
Yeah. All
right. So we are developing a project in which we are hoping to make it in a quiz form, and like normal people can take those quizzes. Those are based on the presentations shared by Ethereum developers on PEEP videos. So we try to have that video presented, and based on that video, we will have like 4 or 5 simple questions to be answered, so that we know that people are understanding what on a higher level we are trying to share. And if they answer all those questions correctly, they will be rewarded with a POA badge for that. George is leading this project, and he has been making commits on Ethereum CatHeaders GitHub. So if you would like to follow like where we are on the development side, you can definitely check out the GitHub. I hope the link should be provided in the agenda. And we also have a dedicated channel to talk about the progress of this project. We are almost there, but we need help with someone who can maybe help us manage the POAP distribution. So far, we are done with the front end, and we are also working on the UI part of the administrator, who may be able to add more content, and people may be able to take questions from there. One major help that we are looking for on L2E project is someone who can help with POAP management. You're welcome to join the meeting today at 3 p.m. EST if you are around. If not, then the meeting notes and recording are also shared on that channel.
Got it. Okay, so this is like the development
right.
team for that project.
Right, but that also has some non-development work. Like we would like to have questions created, like a database for questions with respect to every video. And we are trying to maintain a database of like, 10 question per video, so we can mix and give it to a user. If someone is trying it for the second time, they should not be getting the repetitive question. So that's the idea, if that is something of your interest and you would like to look into that.
Got it. Thank you.
You're very welcome. And yeah, the next one is a ECH podcast. Last week, we published the first PEEP podcast of it. So we received some requests from users that may not be able to follow the YouTube video. So we have created this podcast version, an audio only version of PEEP videos. We are requesting guests to be a bit more descriptive. So even if a user is listening on podcast, they be able to understand about the basic concept that developers are trying to share. However, there are always a link available to the YouTube video and slides. Those are shared in the discussion so people can follow. Thanks to ZK Doof for working on this podcast thing. I don't see Shubhangi on the call, so probably we will skip the operations update as well. Getting into EIP's insight. In May, we have got 13 new proposals, 4 core, 1 networking, and 8 ERC proposals as draft. They are merged. However, there are 5 other potential proposals, which is like available as pull request, but we still have to look into when they will be merged. There are 3 EIPs of ERC category that are promoted to review. 4 EIPs are moved to stagnant due to inactivity. EIP 4400, ERC 721 consumable extension, that is in the last call, and its deadline is going to be ended in next 3 days. 27th May is the last call deadline for EIP 4400. So if there is any question, comment, reach out to author on the discussion tool link. This month we have got 1 final EIP, and that is EIP 1967 standard proxy storage slot. It completed its last call in May itself and now has been added to EIP's repository as a standard for Ethereum, as an Ethereum standard. The next one is PEEP and EEP. Last week, we released video for Shanghai proposals, EIP 3540 and 3660 with Team Epsilon. Check it out if you want to learn about the EVM changes coming up with the Shanghai upgrade. Yesterday, we recorded an episode on EIP 1202, that is voting standard, and I'm hoping to have a chat with different client teams to get the readiness of different clients for the merge upgrade. There is the link to schedule for upcoming meetings. Please check it out and do join us to learn more about Ethereum improvement proposal and upcoming changes with network upgrades. The next item is meeting notes and action items for care herders. Yesterday, we organized the first URL URI standard working group meeting. So there are multiple proposals available for URL and URI standard. However, we just have only 1 proposal in final status. So the main goal of this working group is to kind of identify proposals which will be best fitting for certain use cases and in agreement to other proposers, other authors of different EIPs. If we can make a consensus and push certain proposals towards final, that will be helpful for many developers and wallet projects to implement them in their project and kind of create a standard that will be useful for interoperability with wallets on different chain as well. So yesterday was the first meeting and we have shared the recording and some highlights of the meeting. You can find the link in the agenda to follow the discussion, and the next meeting is planned 2 weeks from then on the Monday, that will be 2 weeks from now. Other than that, we have notes available for all core dev meetings 138, EIP IP meeting 56, and EIP editors apprenticeship meeting 18. We are still waiting on notes for consensus layer meeting 87. I may want to ping the person documenting the note. Hopefully it will be available in the next couple of days. Talking about meeting notes, we are looking for some support on the consensus layer meeting and all core dev meeting. Those are the important meetings on Ethereum development and progress done by the client developers. We have certain boundaries for them as well. So if you are interested in documenting notes for CL meeting and ACD meetings, please reach out to us. The next one is review of outstanding action item from previous cat herders meeting. There is some edit needed for the cat herders meeting. Unfortunately, the meeting number was wrongly documented. So you may not find the notes directly on the repository, but it is available on the closed pull request section, and the person documenting the note mentioned that she will be uploading it later today. But I have a copy of that, and from there I find four decision and action items. We are gonna just check it out. The first one is Pooja will check Ethereum Foundation regarding backup for EIP IP repository. So yes, I checked with the team and they are having the backup for EIP IP GitHub repository. So we may not be needing to consider that for having backup when we are considering other repositories for cat herders. Item number 2, the following GitHub repository may need backup: PM, ECH website, learn to earn, and possibly EIP IP depending on Ethereum Foundation response. Pooja will discuss backup process with ECH contributor. And yes, we did discuss about it. I don't know, I can't find him on the call itself. So I'm gonna get in touch with him again offline, and we'll share the process of having it backed up on Arweave, or if there is any progress with Radical team, possibly also on Radical. The next one is Pooja will contact Chris Hobocraft to get information regarding decentralized video streaming options. I had a chat with Chris, and maybe we will be proceeding with Arweave option only. The last one is Santosh and maybe Slava will be working on adding a page to ECH website to add ECH podcast. Unfortunately, I don't have any update on that. We'll keep it there on the next meeting to share information if there are any. Well, that's all on the agenda item listed here. Anyone else has anything to bring up? This seems like one of the shortest meetings where only I was speaking for a very long time, but at least we shared the update with community, and I hope that we will have more communication going on and more information and updates on the task assigned for different team members of cat herders. Thank you all for joining us today. Hope to see you all in next 2 weeks on June 7th at 1500 UTC.
Thanks, Pooja.
Thank you. Have a good one. Bye-bye.